Hey everyone, Sarah Journey here. We're all ready for week 2 and our awesome, fantastic webinar. All right, let's wait a couple more minutes until everybody jumps on and shoot me a text if you're on, or a Facebook message, just so I know who's watching. And we'll start at about 8:31 and a half. Sound good? In the meantime, go ahead and if you have your tracking sheets that we talked about last week, pull them out. I know I can't see them, but I know it's just a lot more fun to look at them right now because I'm going to show you mine in just a second. So go ahead and pull those out, and we'll get started here in just a second. And if y'all want, I can put on a fun little show. Let's see. Well, raise your hand if you're jealous of all the people that are at Mary Kay leadership right now. I know it's mostly, or I know it's all for directors and DIQs. So we are cheering on our offspring director, Dorina Rokas, who's there already, and our soon-to-be offspring, our DIQ, Shannon. So we miss you, and we're so jealous that you're in LA, in California, and we're not. But we can pretend, because look, we can be at the beach. Yes? No? Maybe so. Or let's see, what's this one? This is kind of by the water, too. Oh, no, they don't have snow in California. Never mind. Back to the beach, back to the beach. There we go. Okay, let's take this off because this is weird. But let's see, what else would they have at the beach? Well, I like tiaras just because they're fantastic, so I'm going to wear one for a while. Oh, they can snorkel at the beach. Not that it's hot enough to do that, but how cool is that? Let's see, a couple other fun ones. Maybe they'll have cake. Well, we can have cake here too, right? So that's not as fun. What else? Oh, I guess that's it. Okay, well, we're wearing crowns tonight. And today's webinar lesson is all about booking. You're probably shaking in your seat thinking, oh my gosh, I do not want to talk about booking anymore. This is horrible. I hate booking. And some of you are like, I love booking. Bring it on. Give me ideas. There's usually not really an in between though. There's either the extreme of I love it or the extreme of I don't ever want to do it. But it's kind of what we have to do, right? So let's okay, this crown is there we go. Took that off because it was distracting me, but you get the point. We have fun in Mary Kay, right? And we can be fantastic business owners and still have a little bit of fun. After all, they're all having fun in LA without us, so we will have our own stinking fun at home, right? Right. Okay. So, first and foremost, before we get into the lesson of booking, I wanted to keep accountable with y'all. I wanted y'all to see that I don't just throw stuff at you to, you know, to do that I wouldn't do. And that's what I love about our Mary Kay business is that everything we do is not just from theory, it is from practice, from example, from knowing that we've done this. We know how this works. So we're not just teaching you based on, a book. We're teaching you based on what we know from our own experiences, okay? And so I mentioned how important it was to be tracking this year, okay? Especially since it's a brand new slate. Excuse me, a brand new, a brand new year, a brand new month, a brand new everything with new goals and new just dreams. And so tracking was super important. And I can't stress to you guys enough how important tracking is. Okay. So it goes hand in hand with your business. A tracked number grows. Even if in the first few weeks you don't have anything to track, if you're tracking 0, you are realizing that, oh my gosh, I am not working my business. And I need to work this versus thinking that you worked because you thought about working. That doesn't count. That doesn't count if we didn't get any results. So let me share with you my tracking sheet. This is mine. It's shiny here. Let me take it out. I have got it in a page protector just so it doesn't get all my stuff in my desk and things like that. But we've started that gold circle, diamond circle, and inner circle contest. Okay, and we're going to do that every month. So you should have found a sheet that looks kind of like this, or that looks exactly like this, minus my writing in it, on our website and also in your email from last week. If you don't have this, please, please, please let me know. And if you're in our sister unit or in any other unit that we've invited to watch our webinar, you feel free to email me, sarahjourney@marykay.com, and I can get this to you, okay? So sarahjourney@marykay.com, and we can get you all the tracking sheets to match if you want. So what's cool about this is that, like I said, it's got the gold circle, diamond circle, and inner circle, and this is my goal, to be an inner circle consultant this month. And there's different criteria for each one, and this sheet helps you track it all. So far, I'll be honest, I've only facialed 2 faces. Oh, where are they? There they are. 2 of them. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, 2 of them. Okay, 2 of them. And, but don't worry, I've got about 8 planned for this week alone, so I'm excited about this week. And I've shared the opportunity with 4 women. Okay, I have yet to hear back from 2 of them. One recruited, Brittany, she's our newest recruit this month, and another one did not recruit, but hey, I shared the opportunity. So far, I'm 50-50, right? And so this really just keeps you accountable. And y'all, look, I'm putting it out there. This is my work. This is what I have done as a consultant. It'll be a lot more filled in next week because I have a lot going on this week. But this is what it is so far in January. So be tracking your numbers. The other tracking sheet I gave you was your sales goal. So that was this thermometer. And so far, this is how much I've sold. I've sold just under 300 this month. Oh, wait, no, I had a sale this morning, so I have more than that. I got to update this. But this is how we track our sales. And it's just real simple. Again, if you don't have this in your email, call me, text me, box me, email me, Facebook message me, send smoke signals, whatever you have to do to get all of your tracking sheets. I don't want it to be the end of the month and you're like, I don't know what I did. Well, were you tracking? No. Well, how could we help you if we don't know what you did and you weren't tracking it to figure out where we can improve and where we cannot, you know? So tracking is mega important. So those are the 2 tracking sheets that you really want to be working with this month. And those are mine. And just a little hint, I keep on the back of the sheet, I keep like a running tally. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'll tell you what it says. So it has the name of the consultant, or not consultant, the name of the customer, how much retail they purchased, what wholesale number that accounts to. So if they bought $100 in retail, that's $50 wholesale. Profit after the sale. So maybe I gave them a discount, or maybe I gave them a free product, or a little, gift with purchase. So I minus that to where I know exactly what my profit was from this particular sale. And then I have a countdown from my goal. So my goal was 2,500 in retail sales this month. Okay. And we're tracking down from that. So yeah, I have over 300 in sales. Woo, fantastic. So that is your tracking sheet. Next thing I want to talk about is really jumping into our training, booking. And okay, it's 8:39. We're about 6 minutes in to our, meat and potatoes here. And this is not going to be long. This is not going to be long because booking is not hard. Booking is not hard because guess what? The only thing that makes booking hard is our own little mind, our own fear of it. It's not a hard concept. It's not rocket science. It's a script It's our voice, it's a phone, and it's somebody else on the other end of that phone, whether it be a voice because you're talking over the phone, or a text message, or whatever it may be. It's not hard. It's just a matter of doing it. And this is one of those things. In Mary Kay, we do four main things. We book, we coach an appointment, because any appointment worth booking is worth coaching. We sell the product, and then we share the opportunity. Four main things. Do you see a trend here though? You can't coach a party if you don't have a party. You can't sell anything if you're not booking anyone for the party. And you can't share the opportunity if they're not trying the product out, or trying the product out because they were coached and they came to the party because you booked the party. So it all happens with that first thing, the booking. Okay. And I know it's scary and I know it's hard, and I will be honest with you, I still hate it. I'm a senior sales director and have earned 2 free cars in Mary Kay, and I still hate booking. It's just one of those things. And there's a famous quote by National Sales Director Cindy Gress, and I'm blanking on the exact wording of it, but in order to get what you love, you have to do what you don't love. That's kind of the gist of it. Does that make sense? So I love getting new team members. Okay, so you got your four things. I love getting new team members and sales. And I'm okay with coaching, but I can never get the new team members and new sales if I didn't do the booking. So it's ABCD. That's all it is. And lucky for you, there's all kinds of formulas, so to speak, to get you through those four steps. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is booking. And I know I've said it 14 times already, or I don't know how many times. But I just want to really drill it into you today that this is the bones of your business. It starts with a B, booking, bones, business. And this is how your business is going to grow, by your bookings. So lots of times I get girls that come up to me and say, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm working, but I didn't meet my sales goal, and I didn't, all these different things of why we didn't get to our goal. And my first thing is, well, how many faces did you see? Well, I wanted to sell $1,000 this month, but I only sold 200 because I only saw 4 faces. Well, you're doing good on Mary Kay averages. It's about $50 a face, but you only saw 4 people. How did you expect to sell $1,000 to 4 people? And it's just, common sense right there. And I know it can be frustrating. I've been there, I've done it, and it all depends on how many appointments you have on your books, which means how many bookings have you tried to make? How many women have you tried to call? How many women have you texted? How many parties did you book from parties or appointments from, other previous appointments? Because if you book a girl for a facial and do all her skincare, and you book her again from that facial for a color appointment, that counts as 2 bookings. It's one face for the month, but it counts as 2 bookings. And so you've got all these bookings on your appointments. And a rule of thumb is to have your date book out and look at it and always see 10 appointments on your books. No matter what your goals are in Mary Kay, to always see 10 appointments on your books. And I know you're probably thinking, that's too scary. I don't know how to do that. 10 is such a huge number. I'm lucky if I have 2 on my account, on my date book. And I promise you, if you have 10 appointments on your books at all times, you will never go out of business. But an empty date book means you're out of business. If you have no one to facial, what business is that? It's like owning a bakery. If no one's coming in to see your cakes, what kind of a business do you got? It's non-existent, right? So let me introduce you to the famous bubble sheet. Okay, have you seen this? A lot of you may have already. Some of you may have not. Some of you may be thinking, oh, there she goes again with the bubble sheet. Oh my gosh, I know. I hate this too. Well, I don't hate it. I love the results that come from it, but I don't like the process of doing it. Okay, so your bubble sheet is super, super important. And this may be a different format than what you've seen before, if you've seen the bubble sheet, but this is the one that you will see on our website at sarahjourney.unitwise.com that you will have in your email, and that I'll be posting on Facebook. So this is the bubble sheet. And this was invented by NSD Tammy Craik, and I was just looking in the Applause magazine, she's on track to be a Diamond Circle National. It's kind of a big deal. And so the way this works is you've got your bubble sheet, okay? And you see these different examples at the top, okay? So you'll put such and such's name on the line. So for this one, it's Sandy. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you see that? Is that clear? Is that fuzzy? So Sandy. So Sandy just has her name on there. That means you are going to call or text Sandy today, right? Right. The next one is a slash. So you're going to put a slash in Sandy's bubble if you made an attempt to contact her, if you texted her or if you called her. Now, I prefer calling, but in this day and age, sometimes texting works better with people. So you may have to just shoot them a text saying, hey, can you chat real quick? And then they respond saying, yeah, sure, what's up? And then you can give them a call. But either way, getting that attempt and leaving a message of some sort is a slash, okay? If you talked to someone, let's say you called them on the phone, hey, Susie, how are you? And you went through your whole speech and your script, and don't worry, I have scripts for you. We'll get there in a second. And you leave a message, then you put an X in the box or in the circle, okay? And then if you booked the appointment, you fill in the bubble, okay? So booked appointment is filled in the bubble. A appointment that you tried to book and they said no thanks has an X, and or that did not. Let's say they say, for example, oh okay, well I'm really busy right now. Yes, I do want to book, but call me tomorrow for a better time. Okay, you'll make a little note to the side. Call her tomorrow to get an exact time, right? So that's how the bubble sheet works. Do you guys want to hear some statistics on what happens when you fill out bubble sheets? Because these are pretty nifty. So I'm just going to read them word for word so I don't mess them up, and so you can hear them word for word. So on average, the time to do a whole bubble sheet, because let me think how many. So one sheet a week is 56 contacts. So it'll take you about 30 minutes. Even if you make 45 minutes to an hour, it's worth it. I promise you, okay? If you did, okay, so let's say you did a sheet a week. That's 56 contacts, right? On average, that'll be, let's see, where did this? On average, 56 contacts and attempts is going to give you 10 bookings. 10 bookings! I know you're like, what, 50 people? I don't even know 50 people. Promise you, you do. You just got to find Okay, we'll deal with that when we get there, but this is what this sheet is really going to provide you. 56 attempts should give you about 10 appointments. Now, remember how I said when you have 10 appointments on your books, you are in business? Okay, there's a method to our madness here, you see? So each sheet will then provide about $1,000 worth of sales. So 10 appointments, whether they're a one-on-one facial or a double facial or a party, will usually yield about $1,000. Now, if you're not getting $1,000 in sales, we'll address that, just me and you. So if you're like, Sarah, I have 15 people, I facial 15 faces this month or this week, and I only sold $200. Well, then we've got other things that we need to address. Maybe it's your clientele. Maybe it's, something you're saying. Maybe it's an issue in your closing or whatever. I promise you, don't freak out. We will figure out the solution. But as long as you're putting in the effort to make those bookings, to see those faces, you should be getting those sales, okay? The next thing is in 6 months, that would be 240 bookings. And that's just doing one sheet a month. A week. Sorry, one sheet a week. Could you get excited about that? I could. 240 bookings. If that's just one-on-one facials and half of them hold, That's 120 new customers. 120 new customers that are always going to be with you for the next 10 years is going to give you such constant profit that it's going to be amazing. Okay, so you really got to see the numbers of it. It's not magical, it's just a numbers game. Okay, now it leads to, like I said, 120 faces because half sometimes won't show up. So about half do show up and hold their appointment and things like that. And on average, that's going to get you about 12 new team members. Could you get excited about 12 new team members? I could, because to earn a car, you need 14, so you're almost to a car. To get in a DIQ, you need 10, so you're almost to directorship at that point, too. I mean, it's some pretty amazing things that come from being consistent. Oh, where have we heard that word? Consistency. Remember, that was my word of the year? Consistency. Always being consistent and doing a page of this a week is going to give you such huge results. Okay, so bear with me. And let's see. Okay, so that's about all that there is to the bubble sheet. Okay, so when you go and look in your email, you'll have, and look at online on our website at sarahjourney.com or sarahjourney.unitwise.com. It's got this front page on here explaining how this works. And then look, you flip the page and you've got your bubble sheet. And then look, you flip the page again and you have example booking scripts. This is amazing. These are from Tammy Craig herself, the National Sales Director. Now, if she was going to put this out, don't you think she would have made sure that it was tried and true? And guess what? I've tried them. They work. I promise you. All right, so you're probably thinking, okay, Sarah, well, let me do this crazy bubble sheet, but you're still feeling overwhelmed by it. Well, I've got another thing to teach you that will really, really, I don't want to say dumb it down, but break it up for you to where it's not as crazy. It's not as scary. Okay. It's called my 10 and 2 method. 10 and 2. So be writing this down. 10 and 2, 10 and 2. You're going to look to be making 10 attempts a day in order to make 2 bookings. Does that make sense? So 56 bubbles on this bubble sheet. If you only work Monday through, let's say, half of Saturday, so you do 10 on Monday, 10 on Tuesday, 10 on Wednesday, 10 on Thursday, 10 on Friday, and then the remaining 6 on Saturday, you're done your 10 and 2. Here's how 10 and 2 works. You're going to make 10 attempts to make 2 bookings. So let's say you call person number 1, they don't answer. You call the person number 2, they answer, but they don't want to book. You call person number 3, they answer and they book. Boom, you've got 1 appointment. Then you call person number 4, they answer, they don't book. Then you call person number 5, they don't answer. Then you call person number 6, they answer. Boom. Well, they answer and they make an appointment. Boom, you've made 2 appointments. When you get to 2 appointments, call it a day for your booking. Okay? You want to end on a positive note. You don't want to end on, I called 25 people, you're wore out from booking, because I hate doing that. I do not do binge booking blitzes. That is not my thing. It's not my personality. If it's yours, I've known some consultants that only book on one day of the week and they fill up their books and they're set. That never really worked for me. So if you want to do that, do that. But if not, here's another solution. The 10 and 2. So you're going to work through 10 names and numbers until you've made at least those 10 attempts. And if all 10 of them don't work out, step away from it, go get yourself a piece of chocolate, do something to get back excited, okay? But if you get to 2 bookings before you make those 10 attempts, call it a day for your booking. And it's only going to take you 1 week to get those 10 appointments on your books. Okay, 1 week to fill a bubble sheet, and 1 week to get those 10 appointments on your books. That's going to be the hardest week you're ever going to work in booking. Because from there on out, the next Monday, you're going to start again. And Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Or squish them all on Friday if you don't want to work on a Saturday. Okay? So you're going to always have that consistency. And when you have that consistency, and when you have that those bookings on your date book at all times, you're never going to run out of business. You're never going to get discouraged. Well, okay, I won't say never get discouraged because there may be other bumps in the road, but you're never going to freak out that it's been weeks and weeks and weeks since I haven't had a facial. How do I reboost my business? Okay, so does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so. I wish I could hear y'all, but I'm just gonna pretend that y'all are all shaking your head and saying, yes, that makes perfect sense. And if it doesn't make sense, please feel free to call me, okay? Or email me, or find me on Facebook, or whatever you want to do, or on Voxer, okay? So that's the bubble sheet. Here, I'll show it to you one more time, just for good measure. Bubble sheet. And when you're doing all of this and you're tracking it on your tracking sheet, you are also building your sales, and you're also moving up in the company because at that point you're sharing, you're building your team, you're getting commissions, you're getting cars, you're getting directorship, you're getting all these fancy things that come from simply doing that work. And it all starts with the booking. That's why the booking is so important, okay? So if you got to say a little prayer before you start booking, say a little prayer before you start booking. Sometimes I even say a little prayer before every single person that I call and just say, Lord, this person is supposed to have a facial with me. Make them book a facial with me. If not, well, at least I tried. Okay, and move on from there. So let me see. Let me make sure I got everything said on here. Yep, for the most part, we are good. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But booking is so important, and it's a skill that you will take time to learn. Sometimes it's in your script, sometimes it's just in your heart. It's just the fear of it. It's not the actual doing it, it's the fear of what if they say no? Well, what if they say no? You've had other people say no to you before. Odds are either a guy dumped you, or your kid said no to you, or you asked for a bigger sale at the store and they said no, or there's a lot of places in life for people to say no where it would really cut deep and really hurt you. And those make sense. Those make sense. But in Mary Kay, it's not rocket science. And it's okay for people to say no. People will say no. I'm just going to tell you right now, people will say no. But you're never going to get to the yeses unless you push through those no's. Okay? You're never going to build your business unless you push through those no's. And sometimes it takes a little bit to build that backbone. And sometimes it takes a little bit of accountability, like, oh, Sarah, make sure I do my 10 and 2 today, and call me by 2 o'clock to check up on me to make sure I did them. Because I don't know, but if you're like me, that accountability really works for me. Back before I was a director, and even now as a director, sometimes I'm getting into these reps of like, Callie, you need to call me. Callie's my senior director and my mentor and my best friend in the business. And so I say, look, you need to check up on me because I know, oh my gosh, the clock is ticking. She's going to text me by 4 o'clock. And if I don't have these 2 bookings on my appointment book by 4 o'clock, I'm not going to want to answer her call. So sometimes that's what it takes, having that accountability partner. And I could be your partner, someone else can be your partner. You can find a tag team partner to do your 10 and 2 with. So you do a call, I do a call. You do a call, I do a call. And you cheer each other on until you have those 2 appointments. But like I said, it's not rocket science. It's just opening yourself up, being brave enough, making that phone call, having the right script or a script, and working with it. Okay, and doing it. Doing it. That's the only way your business is going to work. Um, there may be some other crazy secrets or things like that out there. I've been in Mary Kay for about 4 years now and known other women that have been in for 20 some odd years and 30 some odd years, and all of them say there's no shortcut around this. There's no shortcut around this. You just have to book. Book. Book, 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 book. Okay? Because booking builds your business. There's no other way around it. So I hope you find something that's useful out of this training and this webinar, and please let me know what your takeaway is, and be looking for those things in your email. We were having some issues with some email things today, so please let me know if you didn't get this, and I will make sure that you do get it within the next 24 hours. And I'd love to hear, just your takeaway. If you've already heard all this information again and you're like, Sarah, I've heard all this before, but you know what? Today, this one sentence stuck out to me. I'd love to hear it. And I can't wait to see how your 10 and 2s go. And so for this week, your challenge, your homework, homework's not mandatory in Mary Kay because it's your own business, but if you really want to move up, I challenge you, I double dog dare you to make you one of these filled out. And then next week, I will show you one of mine filled out. Okay? So hold me accountable. I'll show you one of these next week of what I did in my business this week, to use that bubble sheet to do my 10 and 2 and to make this business work. Okay? Hope you'll have a great rest of your Monday and a great week. Let me know how else I can help you in your business and encourage you. And I just pray that you have a wonderful week. Y'all have a fun one, and thanks for watching our webinar and learning all about booking tonight. Bye.